Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm in conversation with Abo Abel, data and AI leader and board member of Data Lab Scotland. We're unpacking how international financial centers from Lagos to London are shaping Nigeria's future and the critical role that data, AI and trade must continue to play if we are to be part of the future of the global economy. Let's continue from where we stopped, Mr. Abo. Let's go to AI again, just a little bit. What really would AI do if you had one thing to use AI for right now when it comes to this discussion? What would you really want it to do for us?
I think for me, AI can enable us to ensure that we produce things, so there's two aspects to this: consumption and productivity. AI can enable us to produce things very quickly and better. And I think that's something we need to focus on. Nigeria also, we consume things a lot, but from the productivity aspect, we can use artificial intelligence to increase our productivity. I'm so glad that the country, obviously, GDP has increased in the last report. And I think that we can do more with artificial intelligence to improve our productivity, because that's where the growth sits as well. And I think with Nigeria needs much productivity rather than much consumption as well.
All right, there are trust issues when it comes to our polity, the economy, and everything that has to do with us as a nation. There are trust deficits here and there. And the question then becomes, for the ordinary Nigerian, who really benefits if Lagos or some other cities around the nation becomes a financial, stronghold, a financial center that is competing globally? Who really will benefit? The masses, the elites, who really will benefit?
I think both, certainly. The masses and the elite will benefit. So let's just take an example, the capital market. The capital market, certainly the elite will benefit because they've got loads of money, but certainly the ordinary people will benefit in there as well. Because I think just about yesterday, I listened to the SEC, the DG for this Security Exchange Commission, talking about young people investing in the capital market. And I think that's something absolutely. So when you invest in there, you definitely benefit as well. So I think that both will definitely benefit. And for me, a thriving economy is where both people are benefiting. So the elite and also the ordinary people as well. And I think finance is a great place where people can certainly invest in for a long term, in the medium term, and then they definitely cash out. And I think that's really important. So, I would certainly encourage what Lagos State is doing in terms of building the ambition to become an international financial center. But also, I would also encourage the government to support Lagos State in order to ensure that Lagos State strive as well. And at the moment, unfortunately, in my opinion, Lagos State are just slight back in terms of the global ranking of the global financial index. However, Lagos State can position itself to become one of the African hub. And I believe that 100%, because we have everything that it takes for us to succeed.
Well, what would it take then? What would it take for Nigeria to lead Africa into that future where finance, trade, and technology truly work together beyond just what we see on paper? What would it take?
I said initially, first I think it's talent. We've got the people, we've got the human resources. I think that's really important. We're people with great ambition as well. I think we need to tell our stories very well. And I think we don't need to allow our stories to be told by others. So we need to tell our stories. So we need to go out there to the global centers to tell our stories very well. I'm so glad that I think just about 2 years ago, Lagos State participated in the Lord Mayor Show in the City of London, which happened every November. I think we need to tell our stories. We need to go out to those centers and talk about why we are good and what we do and what we're trying to do as well, and articulate that. And the next thing is infrastructure. I think we need to build great infrastructure and not just roads. When people build roads, the question is, why are you building roads? Are you building roads for people just to go around their business? Or are you building roads to connect people? And when you connect people, why are you connecting people? I think you're connecting people for people to transact, to have great experiences as well. And I think those infrastructure needs to happen. So when we talk about infrastructure, we're not just talking about road, we're talking about air infrastructure. We're talking about also sea infrastructure as well. I think those things need to happen. I think finally, regulation. Regulation is so important. People need to trust the financial system. People need to trust the central bank. People need to trust that whatever they say, they do. And I think that's really important. And finally, if people then default or people then, they're bad players in them, definitely they take them to court. We've got an EFCC that is striving, taking people to court, and I think these things really matters as well. So once we have those four things I've just talked about, I think we'll be doing really, really well. And I want to encourage the government as well to ensure that those things are pursued very, very seriously, because that's what makes like I said, money makes the world go round. And I'm not saying that in a very cheeky way. I'm saying that because, for you to do good roads, for you to do infrastructures, for you to do all those great things as well, I think it all costs money. So I think we need to pursue that quite seriously.
All right, so one major problem, we've talked about right now, one major problem that will be faced will be cybersecurity. Where are we right now when it comes to cybersecurity, and where do we need to go? What do we need to put in place? Do we have what it takes to really protect ourselves against those attacks when we start growing as a financial nerve center, as a very strong powerhouse when it comes to finances? What do we need to do right now?
I mean, cybersecurity is great. The good thing at the moment is that we've got talented people across the diaspora as well. There's absolutely Nigerians working within the cybersecurity spaces as well. And one of the key things I want to also encourage the Nigerian government as well to ensure that we've got cybersecurity in terms of our tertiary institutions. So in our universities, people can absolutely go and study cybersecurity as a business, as a capability as well. I think it's really important. We need to protect our infrastructure. We don't need other countries to protect our infrastructure for us. I think we need to have the skills and the expertise that is needed. Cybersecurity is a great one. Currently, at the moment, you can hear the story about Jaguar Land Rover as well. They were attacked, and as a result, they are unable to, create or produce new cars as well. You saw the stuff that happened across Europe as well at the airports as well. And I think cybersecurity is a great thing. So the government needs to ensure that we're building that capability, and that could happen under the Office of the National Security Advisor as well, in collaboration with also tertiary institution. In our financial system, we need to make sure that our financial system is quite robust. And I've got no doubt that the CBN, under the leadership of Cardoso and the team as well, is ensuring that as well. So I think we need to do that. We need to do more of that, because everything at the moment in this dispensation is technology. Technology is actually the driving and changing the way we live our lives. And so we need to have this cybersecurity capability to protect ourselves. And I think it's a national security issue as well. And I think we need to make sure that it's rightly positioned in the right way as well.
Well, all things being equal, I mean, this will be the last question before I let you go. All things being equal, how long do you think it will take us for us to catch up first and then become real equals with these powerhouses across the world? In your projection, in your research, how long do you think it will take?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't have the answer to that, but what I've said that if we can sustainably do things in the next decade, and certainly we can come up quite strongly as well. Nigeria is quite critical in the whole global system as well. And I think that from the projection, from the International Monetary Fund as well, the World Bank as well, and every other players as well, I think it's really important to say that by 2050, before 2050, there's going to be a change. And I think Africa certainly is positioned, and Nigeria is absolutely positioned. So I think what we do now in terms of the infrastructure we build now, and also the things that we put in place now, would help us to make sure that we capitalize on that by 2050. However, from now to 2030, I think is absolutely critical. So we need stability, and we need a strong leadership. And I think those are the things that we need as well. And ensuring that we work with the diaspora to ensure we attract diasporas back into Nigeria to support and put their hands in the plow to build Nigeria quite successfully. And I think if we do those things, we certainly will be striving, and we have the right principles and the right policies, and not just that, but we have the right infrastructure in place to ensure that Nigeria is a country that everyone can be reckoned with across the world. And I think we can do it. Absolutely. I've got no doubt about that. I'm absolutely optimistic of that.
Yes, we can do it. We must thank you, Abu Abel, for your candor and for coming with such, big insights when it comes to this very important topic. We're hoping to talk to you very soon.
Thank you so much for having me, and have a wonderful day. Do appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Yes, that's it on The Beam today. We'll be leaving you with our top 5 videos of the week. I'm Sunas Nathaniel, and as always, We urge you to stay composed, stay curious, stay informed, and keep beaming your light where it matters the most. May this nation continue to rise and flourish. Bye for now.